Wait, who's this? Fred Futz?
Fred Fox. Now, there's one thing that I do want to address very quickly, and then we're going to get into the gameplay of Dark Souls 3 here, the DLC, all right? I am worried. I'm going to be honest with everyone. You know me, I'm honest. I'm one of the most honest people on YouTube. I'm not some kind of a character or personality, and I share a lot of information with you that other YouTubers would not be sharing with their viewing audiences, all right? This is the busiest time of the year for me, as you know. Tons of new releases, right? And I'm covering most of them. The PlayStation VR was huge. Covering that last week was amazing. It was a lot of fun. My first VR experiences ever. And I am having a ton of fun. And what I'm noticing is that there are more people on stream than usual that are coming out every single day. That's great. According to YouTube, I'm just going off of YouTube's tools that they tell you that are your performance tools. You're supposed to see how you're doing based off of what these tools say. YouTube is telling me, overall, I have way more likes than usual. I have less dislikes than usual on my videos, okay? They're telling me that viewer engagement is up, and what that means is that leaving comments, sharing the videos, etc., that's way up compared to usual. It's way up, so that's a positive, right? It's telling me that viewer engagement is up, meaning the average amount of time that a person watches one of my videos before they click away, all right? That's up. Now, this is a key metric for YouTube because YouTube thinks they're a television station, which they're not. They're completely idiotic in the fact that they actually judge the quality of a video based off of viewer engagement. And the better viewer engagement you have, the higher your videos will show up in the YouTube search engine. As stupid as that sounds, it's true. So, if someone makes a 30-minute video and most people watch the whole 30 minutes, that video will have higher priority in YouTube search than someone who makes just 10-minute videos and most people watch the 10 minutes. Because it's completely idiotic. It's based off of length of time rather than percentage of the video. So, it makes no fucking sense. Alright? But that's YouTube's metrics. That's how it works. I'm not complaining about that. It's just, it is what it is. But YouTube's telling me my overall viewer engagement is up. Like, people are watching longer than ever before. Alright? That's good. That means people are watching the video and saying, wow, this is interesting. I want to see it to the end. And they're watching the whole video. So, in that regard, I'm very pleased. Everything's pleased. I'm very pleased, right? But then YouTube is telling me my views are down. And this month in particular, October, is where the ad revenue on YouTube starts to pick up. Traditionally, it's actually November and December that have insanely high ad revenues because that's like the media blitz before Christmas. But it's supposed to pick up starting in October. From what I've seen, and I'm going to be honest with everyone here, I'm making like no additional money whatsoever. I'm basically making about the same amount of money this month as I did the past 3. Which, by the way, the past 3 months were bad. This summer, I told everyone, this summer was bad for me. It's really slowed down. Earlier this year, the spring was huge. I was getting great views on all of my videos, including the gameplay, including the stuff over on KO Gaming, the edited content. And it balanced out to be a lot of good engagement and viewership. I had a lot of new subscribers. I had a lot of new stuff going on. And it all slowed down over the summer when there was really nothing going on. I was just playing classic games, and it was really a slow time, right? And there's not much you can do about that, right? It's slow. When it's slow during the summer, I still was putting out content for you guys and gals, right? And I still had fun, but it always slows down during the summer. There's never been actually, I'll be honest, the one year where my summer didn't slow down was the year when I did the Grand Theft Auto Marathon. Remember I played Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas? Those games are just so huge that when I played those, that summer I actually had a spike in viewership and a spike in attention. But every other summer since then, it's plummeted. Okay? And I'm working my ass off here, covering all the new stuff right now. Alright? Including, all these new releases. I just spent, no lie, over $500 alone on the PlayStation VR with the equipment and the games and everything. And I'm setting up the webcam to do picture-in-picture for things like the PSVR and now for the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Mafia 3 was a new game I just bought. Gears of War 4 is a new game I just bought. Battlefield 1. I've been buying a lot of stuff and playing a lot of new stuff. And this is par for the course. This is what I do around this time of year. But the point that I'm making here is that sadly, it doesn't seem to be paying off. And I don't really know what to do. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when you look at YouTube's statistics And literally everything YouTube is telling me is that I'm doing a great job. People are enjoying the content. By the way, like I mentioned, my stream views have been up recently. More people on stream than there were pretty much all year. So that's telling me people want to see the streams. People are watching longer. People are liking the videos, sharing the videos. So it's not like I could say to you guys on stream, man, you guys, you're not really helping me out, because you are. You are doing everything that I could ask of you to help me out, to allow me to be successful. And I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you for that. I mean, when I see the engagements up and everything, that's awesome. And that means that people are really enjoying my stuff. And you know what? We're focusing in on the right stuff. Games and enjoyment of gaming. Not drama and bullshit and all this stuff that used to derail me and get me all up in arms about stuff, right? So thank you for that. But when I freaking look at views and the revenue, ad revenue that I'm making, and YouTube's telling me it's down. And I'm like, what? You know? And I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm nervous. And the reason I'm nervous is because we're nearing the end of the year. This is it. The November, December is like the final push for 2016. It's the time when I usually make a ton of money, and it allows me to pay my taxes. It allows me to prepare, because as you know, early next year, there's a ridiculous amount of games coming out that I need to buy and prepare for. And if I don't see an increase from what I've been making during the summer, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, it's to the point where it's that bad. Like, I'm gonna have to maybe start to look for other solutions, whether it means that I start hawking merchandise and look for paid sponsorships or something, in which case my content's gonna have to change. Instead of me playing raw unedited streams, you're gonna have me advertising shit during the streams and having to plug tons of merchandise and stuff during streams, which I don't want to fucking do. You know, I would say you'll get a job, but unfortunately, it's kind of out of the question, because if I take the time away from YouTube to go get a job outside of YouTube, it means that the whole YouTube thing is going to fall apart. This thing takes all of my time to keep going. So if I were to go get a job outside of YouTube, the whole YouTube thing would basically go away, which is what I'm afraid of. This is an 8-year legacy that I built here, and I certainly don't want it to fall apart at the hinges, right? And I don't know. I mean, I've been talking with my parents a lot, too. And they've been talking about possibly doing a few things financially. First of all, I might even try to refinance my house, which I know is ridiculous. I just moved here 2 years ago. I'm already looking to maybe refinance my mortgage because the property values around here have been going up. So maybe that could help me out. Maybe I could get some of my debts wrapped up, refinance it to my mortgage, and my monthly payments will go down. And therefore, maybe I'll have a little bit of financial release, a little bit less of a burden, you know. But at this point, I just don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I don't see an increase. Now, all of a sudden, there could be an increase at any time. You know what I mean? I'm playing all this new stuff. Next month in particular, there's a lot more new stuff coming out that I'm excited for. December in particular is usually a great month for me, because not only are there new games, but I do my year-end stuff, and my year-end stuff usually gives me a boost in viewership. So there's still potential that things will turn around, but right now I'm nervous, you know? I'm very nervous. And I don't know what to do. I can't understand. Usually, if there's like a decline, I can ask my viewing audience and they'll tell me. They'll say, well, listen, Phil, it's because there's this drama going on over here, and this is making you look bad, and you made yourself look bad here, and you turned off a lot of viewers, and your content recently has been boring, and that's not the feedback I'm getting. I'm actually getting the complete polar opposite feedback. I'm being told that I'm doing it right, I'm being, you know, engrossed in the games, that people are enjoying the stuff I'm putting out. YouTube's telling me the same with its statistics, right? YouTube's telling me it's great. You know? But I don't know. I don't know what to do. And it does make me nervous. It does, you know? And I say this every once in a while, and I'll say it again, you know, Patreon is really the reason why I'm still able to do this as a job. If I didn't have the Patreon support that I get every month, and this is real talk, I would not be able to do this as a job. Because even though it's, $1,000 a month or something like that, it's nothing to shake your head at and say, oh, that's nothing. No, it's a lot of money. But without that income, I would not even be able to make ends meet. So thank God I started Patreon when I did last year, or else I would be up shit's creek right now. Okay? But it does need to be said that there's thousands of people who watch my content. You know, there's over 400 of you on stream right now. There's thousands of people daily who watch my stuff. And if they actually want to see it continue, to give $1 to my Patreon a month, I'm pretty sure most people could do it. But I'm tired of kind of harping here on pre-stream about it. And then people get angry, oh, Phil's advertising and he just was begging for money. It's like, no, it's 8 years of work that I put into this that I don't want to see die overnight because I don't know what the fuck's going on with YouTube. You know? Everyone says I'm doing the right thing. We're loving your content. Please continue to put out this kind of content. Thank you, Phil. Please cover this new game, that new game. And I do it, and YouTube says I'm failing. It says views are down and I'm making less money. How does it make sense? It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? It doesn't. You know? And so people are saying, you know, this year I should have freaking done drama videos and I should have just kind of done, you know, all kinds of other stuff outside of what I normally do. And I disagree. I think what I did this year worked, honestly. I think that doing a mix between vlogging and the raw gameplay, but also the edited stuff was the way to go. And, you know, yes, KO Gaming right now is having a slow time because I was away from it for a month. But I really do feel that within the next 3 months, it's going to pick up. By the end of the year, it should probably get some pretty decent views on it again. Okay? So, I don't know what's going on. It really is confusing me. I'm scratching my head. And, you know, maybe I'm just paranoid, but when I look at my earnings for the month every day and I see that it's barely going up, and I'm like, but I put out tons of new videos of new games. You know, what's going on? I don't know what to do. All right? I just don't get it. So, it's this simple, everyone. I need your help, you know? And it would be one thing if it was just me doing the standard advertising on pre-stream. This is not that. This is me actually seriously worried that if things don't pick up by the end of the year, that I might not be able to do this anymore. And that would suck. I really would have a hard time walking away from YouTube. I would, because I love doing it. And you guys love watching it. It's not like, oh, well, no one cares about Phil and no one wants to watch him do it. I think that if I were to walk away from YouTube, that it would actually be a big detriment. There'd be a big hole there for a lot of people who enjoy watching my stuff daily and like my style of coverage. It's a lot different from other people's, right? And I don't know what to do anymore. When I'm doing new game playthroughs and the videos can't even get 10,000 views on a video anymore, yet YouTube's telling me everything I'm doing is good, I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost. So, that's kind of the deal, everyone. I wish that things would help, that would turn around. I don't know if they will, all right? Here's the deal. If you like my stuff, and I'm being real honest here. If you like my stuff, and you're here to watch the streams, whether it's occasionally, because I'm doing something you like, or if it's all the time. If you want to see me be able to keep doing this, I'm going to make a kind of a plea to you now. Please consider using Patreon, because I can't tell you to watch more videos and to like the videos, because YouTube's telling me you are. Everything YouTube is telling me is that you are doing that. So I can't get angry and I can't get upset and say, wow, you know, it's not my fault, it's not the viewer's fault. I don't know what it is. But for this to continue, obviously, there has to be something else that's going to have to happen. And I don't want it to become a situation where I have to shill to you constantly. I'll be honest with everyone. Now, this is the God's honest truth, too, which I haven't talked about this at all. In the past month, I've been contacted by 12 different game studios. Most of them are indie game studios, okay? And they want me to play their games and promote their games on my channel, and they want to pay me to do it. They've actually sent me solicitations saying, we need exposure. We will pay you to do a Let's Play or even just a certain amount of gameplay of our games. Now, I haven't gone any further into it to find out if they want me to kiss the games' asses or not. All right. But that's not the kind of stuff I want to do. I don't want to have it become that my channel becomes basically paid advertisements for games so that I can keep doing YouTube. That's not what I want. And I know that's not what you want, right? So, please consider, if you haven't, pledging to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidefil, all right? And just to give you some perspective here, it's been 3 weeks that I've been plugging this and saying it's the Indies Marathon that's going to come back in November. We're still $150 short. $150 isn't a lot. When I've got thousands of people watching me a day, you would think that I should make that up on a daily basis. Most people who stream on Twitch for a living make hundreds of dollars a day on subs, right? But look at their streams. They're sitting there constantly asking for subs, and it's a big thing. I don't do that. So that's why. Maybe that's a major reason. Maybe because I didn't go commercial. That's a major reason why I'm having the hardship I'm having right now. I don't know. Okay? Well, please consider. Even if it's only $1, please consider pledging. All right? Please consider. Because I don't know what else to do at this point. I've made massive changes to the content style that I produce in a lot of ways. I'm doing directly what I'm told. My viewership's telling me I'm doing good. YouTube's telling me I'm doing good. There's not much else I could do. You know what I mean? So please consider, all right? Please consider. I'm going to have to talk more about this, obviously, because people don't think it's a serious thing, you know? And, again, I don't want to go away. I don't want to have it so that all of a sudden in December, I realize, oh, shit, I don't even have enough money to pay my taxes. And now I'm screwed financially. And I have to talk to my parents maybe about borrowing money. And I have to refinance my mortgage. And at that point, it's like, well, it's a losing effort. I got to go start looking for a job, like in the job market. You know what I mean? Especially being out of the job market since 2010. I'm pretty sure after 6 years out of the job market, I'm not going to have much success. I'm going to end up having to go back to an entry-level job that's going to pay me next to nothing compared to what I'm making on YouTube. And that's what I mean. I don't even know what to do, you know? So, please consider pledging if you haven't, all right? Please consider, going above and beyond however you can, whether it means spreading the word about my stuff because you usually don't, liking the videos because you usually don't, using the Loot Crate referral code, which I have in the description of all my videos. I mean, there at least you get something out of it. It's not just like you're throwing money to the wind, right? At least you get a Loot Crate subscription, and I get a little bit of referral credit for it. Or maybe you want to check out my girlfriend's business, The Black Current, which you see on your screen. Whatever it is, whatever means it is, please consider going above and beyond. Because at this point, I really was thinking things were going to turn around in October after a slow summer. It's not looking that way. And I definitely need help. All right? It's that simple. All right. Well, that's it. I'm really not even going to go into any kind of any more plugging. I think I've just been more real than I have been in any of the plugging I've done this year, right? It is what it is. And I hope that things will turn around, but I'm just going to keep plugging away. All right, everyone? All right. And I'm going to get to that, but before I get to that, there's something important going on regarding myself and my business. I absolutely have to address it in this video. I already talked a little bit about it on my pre-stream earlier today, but I'm very much aware that a very limited amount of people actually watch my pre-streams that I upload to YouTube, and only a few hundred people are usually there for the pre-stream when I turn it on in the afternoon when I start my live streaming. So, if you're the kind of person that doesn't care about me or my business, and you only want to hear about what games I'm covering this week, fast forward, because I'm going to be talking about it for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to get to the schedule. But the bottom line is, I don't have a real venue to talk about this kind of stuff anymore. I don't do my podcast. I don't do channel updates, right? And really, what opportunity do I have to talk directly to the viewers besides the weekend preview, or maybe every once in a while Ask the King? Not much. I didn't want to do 2 videos because I was afraid if I did 2 videos, then one video would overshadow the other and no one would talk about it, all right? The bottom line is this. My business isn't doing so well, and I don't know what's going on. Allow me to explain. Earlier this year, my business was doing well. DSP Gaming had a lot of new game playthroughs, including things like Dark Souls 3, Uncharted 4, Overwatch, Doom, tons of new stuff that was coming out during this time period of, say, March through June. And viewership was good, profit was good, everything was good. Also over on KO Gaming. That channel was doing great because I was doing game reviews and impressions videos and montages, and it had some pretty consistent great viewership over there. And then the summer hit. And what happened was, there was a drought of new releases, almost nothing new coming out during the summer months. And people said, well, Phil's not covering new games, that's what I'm interested in, and they went away. Now, this always happens. Every year, this has happened. The only year it hasn't happened ever was way back when. I think it was like 4 years ago, maybe even more, when I did the Grand Theft Auto Summer Marathon. I did Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Now, obviously, you can understand why. 3 games I had never played before, games that are difficult, games that are challenging, but also are huge cult following favorites and giant fan bases, some of the biggest games ever made. Of course, it makes sense that people turned out to watch those that summer. But outside of then, the summer always is a time when everything comes to a screeching halt because there's no new game releases. And I have a business based off of covering new games, so you see what happens. There's always going to have highs and lows during the year. I did my best to put out content for you during the summer. You know what I mean? I did fun and creative stuff. I did downtime playthroughs of stuff that I had never done before. I tried out Sonic 2006, right? I did all this wacky stuff during the summer months. Trying to put out constant coverage for you of gaming in the hopes that during those slower months it would be okay, because as the fall approached, as you know, the hardcore gaming season, right? Brand new games, they started in late August this year. Admittedly, September was a very light month for new games this year. There was maybe 1 or 2 tops. It was mostly like collections and re-releases and stuff like that. So in that regard, I wasn't expecting too much. But then when October hit, boom, this was the gaming motherlode where all the new releases, I mean, just think about the games that I've covered in just the past couple of weeks. Mafia 3, Gears of War 4, WWE 2K17, the PlayStation VR launch, including giant high-profile games such as Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Batman Arkham VR, Job Simulator, right? These really fun games and hilarious games to watch someone do in VR, and I cover all that for you fully. Then, this past week, right, new games such as Battlefield 1, and now the Dark Souls 3 DLC, which I just completed as of today. So tons of new content, and quite honestly, hundreds, if not at this point, almost $1,000 invested in new games, new gameplay equipment just for this month alone to cover new stuff and provide you with entertaining video content. Every single year that I've done YouTube, October, November, and December, when all the new games are coming out, I see a spike in views and I see a spike in income because of it. And I depend on it because this is something that helps me at the end of the year to pay my taxes, to pay off my impending bills, things that I built up over the summer that really I couldn't pay off because I wasn't making a lot of money. This is kind of how YouTube works. You get highs and lows during the year. But I have bad news. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but according to YouTube, nothing is turning around, and basically I'm like this. I'm completely flat. During the summer, when there were no new releases, the same amount of people are now watching me cover all the new releases. Not one extra person has come back to watch me cover the new stuff. And I have a very hard time believing this. I really do, okay? So let's talk honestly here, all right? Here's the deal. Right now, I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. Typically, what happens is the end of the year, we get this spike and it helps me out. And now, if I don't get any kind of an increase in viewership, in income in the next 3 months for the end of the year, which is the big push, you get the most ad revenue and everything, I don't know if realistically I'm going to be able to do this full time as a business. And that's terrible because this is an 8-year legacy, an 8-year investment of my life to make a YouTube hobby turn into a job. And I've tried my best, even though I've made many mistakes over the years, to listen to the feedback of people and actively improve. And I will tell you something. I staunchly stand by the statement that I think 2016 has been the most positive gaming year in like 4 years that I've done YouTube. Because let's face it, the past few years, things have been kind of on a negative trend. Last year, we had all the nasty trolling. I got swatted, and I had my YouTube channel destroyed by false copyright strikes. The year before, I was moving, and I was in transition, and there was an entire 2-3 months there where everything was in flux, and the hardware wasn't set up yet, and everything was kind of uncertain, right? And then the year before that was the year that I had adopted live streaming, and so there was a big kind of change of, oh man, people have to get to live streams instead of just on-demand videos, and there was a transition there. We're talking 3 to 4 years where things were constantly kind of in flux, and there was a lot of negativity and stuff thrown my way. This year in particular, I think it's been the opposite. There's been stuff that's tried to happen, and shut down. I mean, let's face it, that incident that happened back in May could have ended my YouTube career. It did nothing negative whatsoever. I continued on, I persevered, and I had several great months that May and onward into the summer because of the positive attitude that I had and all my viewers had, all right? And here's something else that I want to tell you. I certainly don't believe that it's the fault of me or you that whatever's going on with YouTube is happening, and they're claiming that I have no growth and no increase of anything during this hardcore gaming season. And let me explain why. I talked about it on the pre-stream earlier. I got to reiterate this. YouTube has a system called analytics by which it reads all the data on your videos, okay? According to YouTube analytics, this month of October, I have more likes, a striking increase in likes, okay? A striking increase in engagement, which means people are not only watching the videos, but they're watching for longer. Instead of just watching for 5 minutes, you're watching for 8 to 10 minutes. Now, I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know if that's the assumption, but people are watching my videos longer before they click off to do something else, okay? People are sharing the videos more. I actually got that statistic. Tons of people are saying, share this video, watch this video, this is interesting. Phil's doing interesting stuff, okay? So everything that I'm seeing, total minutes watched, the length of time people are watching, likes, oh, and dislikes are down. That's the other thing too. People might say, oh, it's because you get the spam of dislikes from the haters, right? No, dislikes this month are down on my business. On DSP Gaming in particular, they're down because people are so excited to see the new stuff that I'm covering. They're enjoying it, they're liking it, they're thumbing it up, they're sharing it, everything. So all that makes it, oh, it's great, so then Phil's having a great month, and YouTube says no. Views are down, revenue's down. What? So what I'm seeing in the data is that I'm being told by you, the viewer, by what your activities, I'm doing the right thing, you're loving the content, and I'm still having a bad month. How does that make sense? It makes no sense whatsoever. I can't, as a logical being, I can't wrap my fucking head around it and make any logical sense out of it. Like, I'm stumped. This makes no... When you're being told directly from your customer base, you're doing the right thing, you're covering the fun stuff, keep at it, go for it, I do it, and then it says you fail. What? It's like, what? What the fuck? Now, maybe, I have no clue here, maybe YouTube screwed up. Maybe YouTube changed something, and now the views don't count. Like, a view, it has to be you watch a certain percentage of a video now for it to record as a view or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is, sadly, that ad revenue is tied to viewership, right? To get ad revenue on a video, it needs to be an ad-supported view, meaning you have to not have ad blocker software on. You have to see the actual ad. Now, you can click on, remember some of this, I skip ad after a couple seconds. That's fine. But you actually have to physically see the ad in order for me to make any money on a video, okay? So, I don't know if people aren't seeing the ads, if maybe there's just been a sharp increase in people using ad blocker software. This is the first year that my income is based off of ad revenue purely, so I'm just in new waters here. I have no idea. All right, this is all hypothetical. Maybe YouTube did change the way that views are recorded, and therefore, even though people are loving what I'm putting out, half the people who are watching my content aren't getting recorded as views, and I'm not making money on it. It could be, all right? The reason I'm bringing this up in this video is because the bottom line is I only have a couple months to basically try to turn this thing around. If I can't turn this around by the end of December, this might be like panic mode, meaning I have to go through extreme measures in order to figure out how to finance keeping doing this as a business. Meaning borrowing money, more money, which is going to suck because I'm already up to my eyeballs in debt. Borrowing even more money is not going to work. It's going to be a terrible idea. But I might have to do it. Trying to refinance the mortgage on my house here because my house's equity has gone up huge in the past 2 years because the house values in this area, excuse me, the home values in this area have risen dramatically in the past 2 years. So maybe I could refinance and maybe take some of my debt and wrap it in there and reduce my payments or something. I don't know. I'm literally grasping at straws at this point because I've never been in this position. I've been in situations where, yeah, it might have looked bleak, but I always kind of had a silver lining at the end. Now I'm literally being told I'm doing everything right and I'm still failing somehow. And I don't understand it. How could you do everything right, be told you're doing everything right, but your views are down and your revenue's down? So all I can say is this, everyone. The reason I'm bringing this up in the Week in Preview, I love doing this. And the Week in Preview is the pivotal day of the week when I get to tell you all the stuff that I'm covering. Very shortly, if by the end of the year this doesn't turn around, I don't think you're going to be seeing me around as much as you did, if at all, because I won't be able to do YouTube as a job anymore. I was actually, literally, I was on the phone with my mother today, talking to her about this, and she's like, well, how could you get out of all that debt? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Declare bankruptcy and ruin my credit and having to move out of this house? You know what I mean? It's like, if I could just make the money that I was making last year before all the trolling happened that really screwed me over, I'd be fine. I'd be more than fine. I'd be able to save money, and I'd be able to pay off my debts. And those kids that fucked with me last year with those false copyright strikes really have no idea how much they hurt me. Like, someone could have run up and stabbed me, and if I survived it, probably would have been less damaging than what those fucking kids did to me last year. I mean, I'm devastated. And we've tried everything. You know, Leanna got a job this year. She's working and earning money, but no, it's not going to be enough. Unless I can get YouTube to turn around, it's not going to be enough. So what can you do? You are the avid viewer. You are the person who likes my stuff, who watches the Weekend Preview, who wants to know what can you do. Well, keep doing what you're doing, because according to YouTube, you're doing the positive stuff. You're liking the videos. You're sharing the videos. You're watching for longer. Like, I can't fault anyone on the opposite side of this camera, because according to YouTube, you guys are doing the right thing. Like, the proof is there. The evidence is there that you are loving the stuff and you're doing the right thing. So, to me, I just got to be like, I don't know. Right? I can't, what do you blame? How do you blame anything? I don't know. So it is what it is. You're doing the right stuff. The only things that I can say you can do, maybe if you're not doing some of those things I just mentioned, please do. And over here, of course, Patreon. And, you know, every once in a while, first of all, I only plug Patreon very rarely. On my pre-streams once a day, and maybe every once in a while in a vlog, okay? And I do not actively advertise during my streams, watch my playthroughs on YouTube, 0 advertisements, right? No ads. You don't see an end card with 100 things to click. Click on this to buy this. Click on this for money. Click on this for this. This is what everyone on YouTube does now. And I had never adopted that practice, simply because I want to provide you with the highest quality, unedited, raw playthrough content as quickly as I can divvy it out for you, without me playing for 3 hours and then having to edit for 2 days to add in end cards on every video. And now I only get to play 3 games a month because it's all about advertisement, right? I get to do tons of stuff. I cover tons of games. This is what people have told me over the years they like about me. So I don't want to change my formula to be a sellout shill and constantly right here I have to talk about 20 things I'm selling. Here's a shirt. Here's the DSP doily, everyone. The DSP doily only for $5.99 right now up at, at the shop. Go there and buy. I don't want to be doing that. I don't. But something has to change if I'm to keep doing this. Now, this year, I thought I was doing the right thing. Between DSP Gaming, KO Gaming being the edited content channel, and the King of Hate Vlogs here being my vlogging, I separated them, and it was very successful until the summer. And then the whole summer, it fucking fell apart. And I don't know what to do about it. It wasn't like there was a pivotal thing that happened during the summer where everyone said, well, fuck Phil, we hate him now. Nothing happened. It was actually a very positive summer. People enjoyed the stuff I put out during the summer, so what gives? There's no logical explanation, all right? So, sorry to be so negative, all right? I'm not trying to be, and I don't want to come across like that, especially in my gameplay videos. I want you to be excited and upbeat about the new games I'm covering the next few months. There's some great high-profile releases just this week. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I can't wait. I love Dragon Ball. I've been watching both the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z this year, and I cannot wait to play the game, and this character, that character, I'll recognize the characters from the movies, and I'll remember all the plot lines in my head, rather than last time I played I was so rusty, because I couldn't remember half the plot lines. Now I'll remember all that shit, right? And, great games coming up. Dishonored 2, Watch Dogs 2, the new Pokemon game. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for a new Pokemon game. I've been playing Pokemon Go. Where's my phone? I've been playing Pokemon Go on my freaking phone all year. Now I get to play a new actual Pokemon game with you guys. I'm going to love doing that. Hey, Final Fantasy 15, are you shitting me? How long has it been since there's been a fucking good Final Fantasy game? Please let this one be good, And just the end of the year, too, in December coming up. You got, what is it? Dead Rising 4 and The Last Guardian. And I'm going to be continuing Final Fantasy 15, and my year-end series are coming up. There's so much positive, great stuff coming up, and I don't want you to feel like I'm being negative or this is the end or anything like that. I don't. But the bottom line is I need help, whether it's more views somehow, or spreading the word about my videos, or Patreon. Because I've said this a million times and people take it for granted, all right? I don't advertise a lot, so not a lot of people hear about Patreon. It's very simple. It's this simple. Do you watch the Weekend Preview every week? Think about it. Do you watch some of my gameplay videos every week? Are they entertaining to you? Or do you watch my vlogging every week? DSP Tries It, which has been the longest running DSP series pretty much ever. Right? Do you watch my new edited content over on KO Gaming? If your answer to any of those is yes, and the answer is I want to see it continue, Patreon is the way to make it happen. And I say this every day on my stream. Seriously, I'm serious about this. If 10% of the people, 10%, 1/10, who watch my videos and live streams, pledged $1 a month to my Patreon, I would not ever care about YouTube views. I would not ever care about YouTube ad revenue. You never have to hear me have a segment like this again in a video. Okay? It's $1. $1 a month. What is that to you? A pack of gum? You know what I mean? I'm sure you throw $1 away on stupid shit every month, but you could use it on much more useful stuff, like allowing me to continue to do this 8-year fucking legacy as a business in the future. $1 a month. It's not a lot, okay? Please, if you have never considered pledging to Patreon before, but you like my stuff, please consider doing it if you can do it. Listen, I understand to those who can't, but if you can, I mean, I'm being real with you now. I need the help because I don't know what the fuck is going on with YouTube. I can't change positively when YouTube's telling me everything I'm doing is positive, yet I still have low views and I'm not making any money. It doesn't make sense. So it's got to come from somewhere else. And if Patreon is the way to do it, then Patreon has to be the way to do it, all right? So please, pledge to Patreon. If we could get a significant increase in Patreon pledges this month to show a rally of positivity that I can still make this happen, think about that. That's going to hit me full head of steam into the end of the year, getting, super confident, editing these videos. Right now, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm excited, but I'm very worried. And I don't want that to come through when I'm playing a game or I'm doing something that I'm worried about the future of my business, and now I'm not having fun anymore, or I'm frustrated because I want to get this fucking video out and just get the fuck out of here because I'm so frustrated. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be positive. Earlier this year, I was so overwhelmingly happy and positive. I don't know what the fuck happened over the summer that everything changed like this. I don't. So, what I'll say in summary, and now we'll cover the schedule for this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient. I apologize that I had to put this segment into this video, but it's a serious matter. Every week, 3,000 to 4,000 people watch this particular video. All right? Just think about that. If 1,000 of those people love my video content and pledged $1 a month, if I had a $1,000 increase to my Patreon every month, it would help so much. I mean, so much that I would be over the moon ecstatic. All right? But am I expecting that? No. But if you're looking to help, spread the word, watch the videos, keep doing what you're doing, and please pledge to my Patreon. I hope in the next couple of weeks to months to have a positive update for you. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay? All right. Now let's talk the week in preview.
Dirty Harry presents The Winter Coolout Off the Hook Part 2 for a few dollars more.
Pottito totale, the Ramos Brothers, Nello and Gino away for life. So how do I know you're not Givato tutto?
Hey, Saucy. Let's get this straight now. I never fucked anybody over in my life. Didn't have it coming. You got that? All I have in this world is my boss and my word. I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
Yo, the long-faced murderer. Serving over 2 billion motherfuckers a day like Mickey D. Circular. Working shift the hour like a burglar. My crew herbing ya like we never even heard of ya.
Niggas know who's the mind blower, the weed grower. Have you seen doubles like Noah, the rhyme flower, B.I.G. Top notch with the Glock, check your pockets, in your sockets.
Extra amateur, damager. Have foes jumping off, clips grabbing that cheeks, yelling Geronimo. It ain't a problem at all, we can't solve. 360 degrees, rhymes are boulevard.
Yo, I send shots to any man that come too close. Niggas get full like a letter to ship. Of course, post who go to go against my militant crime militia. Like these street niggas sending missile to hit ya.
Yo, controllers rap like Napoleon, half Mongolian. Hold it, you owe me in. Rock 'em like linoleum, yeah. Lex, diamond, shining like you rhyming, 929. Titanium glass, time to play that ass.
Those raw connects, diamond cup with gas dripping wet. My hole is F and Q back. Got a Gotta flip and text what? I push a black Lex with gold on my neck. You rockin' with a vet, fun and catch a hole in your chest.
It's for the love, money, murder, and sex. I push a Lex to my death. Don't sweat, low down niggas holding they tech. Diamond flooded necks, condos, top notch connect. Plus we stack cream for fiends that you never seen.
Introduce a Brooklyn young thug that get loose. Timberlands with black rubber goose. Rolling with my troops, my debut broken language. Set was on my stoop, drop-bys and coops. Throwing slugs so crew can get the scoop.
Shall I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's. Running from enemies ever since the days of the sea. I'm under pressure. The stress of had me drinking, thinking niggas after me. Much too paranoid to blink.
Don't take it personal. If it ain't about you, it don't apply, let it fly. But you I gotta tear you up from your asshole to your gut. And if you're clicking on the flip, they getting bucked.
I love my niggas for that. It strikes back, handle business, that's the realest. Stay focused to keep the enemy nearest. Niggas is careless, slipping up, switching up, teams crossing over, they getting stuck for they cream.
Hey yo, I represent Queens on crime scenes, a murder machine. Put M16s in niggas' beans, I head for the hills. Niggas, cause when I get ill, it's blood spill for real. I aim a fucking steel and shoot the kill survive.
NY place got a crooked eye for the jakes. I want it all, armor on bins and endless papes. God's sake, what a nigga gotta do to make $500,000 without the FBI catching feelings?
All I have in this world is my balls and my word. I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
Yo, the long-faced murderer. Serving over 2 billion motherfuckers a day like Mickey D. Circular. Working shift the hour like a burglar. My crew herbing ya like we never even heard of ya.
Niggas know who's the mind blower, the weed grower. Have you seen doubles like Noah? The rhyme flower, B.I.G. Top notch with the Glock, check your pockets and your sockets.
Extra amateur, damager. Have phones jumping off, clips grabbing that cheeks, yelling Geronimo. It ain't a problem at all, we can't solve. 360 degrees, rhymes and boulevard.
Yo, I send shots to any man that come too close. Niggas get fold like a letter to ship across coast. Who go to go against my militant crime militia? Like these street niggas sending missile to hit ya.
Yo, controllers rap like Napoleon, half Mongolian. Hold it, you owe me in. Rock 'em like linoleum, yeah. Lex, diamond, shining like you rhyming, 929. Titanium glass, time to play that
Those raw connects, diamond cup baguettes dripping wet. My hole is F and Q back. Gotta flip and text what? I push a black Lex with gold on my neck. You rockin' with a vet, fun and catch a hole in your chest.
It's for the love, money, murder, and sex. I push a Lex to my death. Don't sweat, low down niggas holding they tech. Diamond flooded necks, condos, top notch connect. Plus we stack cream for fiends that you never seen.
Introduce a Brooklyn young thug that get loose. Timberlands with black rubber goose. Rolling with my troops, my debut broken language. Set was on my stoop, drop-bys and coops. Throwing slugs so crew can get the scoop.
Shall I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's. Running from enemies ever since the days of the sea. I'm under pressure. The stress of had me drinking, thinking niggas after me. Much too paranoid to blink.
Don't take it personal. If it ain't about you, it don't apply, let it fly. But you I gotta tear you up from your asshole to your gut. And if you're clicking on the flip, they getting
I
bucked.
love my niggas for that. It strikes back, handle business, that's the realest. Stay focused to keep the enemy nearest. Niggas is careless, slipping up, switching up, teams crossing over, they getting stuck for they cream.
Hey yo, I represent Queens on crime scenes, a murder machine. Put M16s in niggas' beans, I head for the hills. Niggas, cause when I get ill, it's blood spill for real. I aim a fucking steel and shoot the kill survive.
NY place got a crooked eye for the jakes. I want it all, armor on bins and endless papes. God's sake, what a nigga gotta do to make $500,000 without the FBI catching feelings?